Okay, let's start rolling again.
We never stopped.
All right, Patreon. How are you all going? Merry Christmas if you're listening at Christmas.
What about Thanksgiving?
No, I don't know when the people will have to catch up. I bet you there's someone sitting down on Christmas Day. What did you get? What did you get?
I will be...
Hopefully some Manscaped ball trimmers.
Going to be in Thailand.
Forrest is going to be in Thailand, which is where he always spends Christmas. on his many trips. You look like a guy who goes to Thailand a lot.
I'll be there with a woman.
Yeah, many of them. They're very cheap there.
Okay.
No, who are you
Wait,
going
you'll
with?
be there with a woman?
Yeah, he's got a woman.
Nice.
It's just a friend of his.
Rumor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that Gallagher, the comedian, died?
I did.
Yeah, he died today. Very controversial figure.
Well, in the watermelon community, sure.
Now,
The watermelons are finally safe.
When I was a kid, and I remember just used to be watching him, and he smashed the fruit and the vegetables with a sledge-o-matic, the hammer. And stuff. But then as I got older, I watched a special, and he did a lot of kind of wordplay comedy.
I hear he's quite a good stand-up. I never met him.
He was a good stand-up, but then he kind of lost his mind as he got older. And
looking forward to it.
Yeah, but then he got a little bit racist and
once again.
Yeah. Do you know the fame? Well, you know about his brother, right?
I know the two of them. It mirrors Oasis, the two Gallagher brothers who fight over them doing the same material.
Well, no, but he had a brother named Ron, I think, because he was Leo Gallagher, and he had a brother named Ron that looked very similar to him, and he said, "Hey, you can do a version of my act, but you can only do it in smaller, shittier clubs, and you can't call yourself Gallagher." So he called himself Gallagher 2, like TOO or 2. But you always have to make it this exactly obvious that you're not doing my act. And then he kind of got away from making it obvious, and sometimes he would just not even make it obvious at all that he was his brother. And so then he had to get a restraining order and a cease and desist and stuff to stop him doing it. Then he kind of just faded from, he was doing the same clubs I was doing as On My Way Up as I was headlining. So that was kind of depressing for me to see because I was like, I remember he was a big comic. And then he had a famous thing where he tried to do He tried to do an act in Spanish in LA here. Do you know that?
I don't know. I know he died in Palm Springs. He obviously ended up out there. He
did a thing. There's a famous article that was in LA Times where the guy went there and he didn't even refer to him by name. He just referred to him as man because he's like, I'm going to learn all the Spanish and do my act in Spanish. He went to Cerritos, a very Hispanic area in LA. And he tried to do his whole act in Spanish and he didn't know any Spanish. So he was
my God.
He was saying things wrong in Spanish. And by the end, he was just like, fuck it, give me a beer. He just started doing it. And then when he was on he was on Mark Maron's podcast, and when he brought it up, Mark Maron, he just walked out off the podcast. I don't want to talk about that. And shit. I found the article today, and it's just fucking hilarious, man. But he's a very very interesting guy, man.
You can say up and down career or whatever, but I look at anybody. If you make it to the fucking end, you did all right. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite things ever though was the Comedy Central had a 100 best comedians ever. They came out with at some point, and he was 100 on it. He was number 100, and he got really mad about it. And he said, "I don't know who any of these other 99 are in front of me. None of them." And I was like, come on. I'm sure Richard Pryor and George Carlin, you don't know who any of these other ones are. He said, I don't know who any of them are. Because he kind of was like...
I want to have that kind of confidence.
He kind of started to lose his... I don't know if he had some sort of...
I mean this, though. Aren't you looking forward to slightly losing your brain a little bit?
Yeah, but I don't want to be on the road performing while I'm doing it.
No.
Because he was definitely doing that.
I want to... Do you think he had money at the end?
I heard he was, so I was at a club in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin, and he was there the week before me, right? And I go, what is all this? There was all this crazy shit at the club, like just items that were in boxes and stuff that you'd find at a dollar store or a Walmart or something. And he goes, oh, Gallagher was here the week before, and he made us take him to this, a dollar store and a Target and stuff, and he bought all this shit, tons of it, and he was throwing it away from the stage. We'd smash it up, and then he was throwing it away, giving it away and stuff too. And they said that he was just day trading the whole time. So I think he had maybe some version of gambling. Maybe he might have lost a lot of his money, but I hope not, because he did 17 comedy specials, which back then he probably made some good money doing it.
That's a lot of comedy specials.
Yeah, I think I looked it up earlier. He did.
This is why I think with the old comedy you got to. I believe that's why I'm doing game shows and stuff like that, acting and stuff. I feel like life has to diversify a little bit because I would hate to be in clubs till the bitter end, traveling around. The traveling would fucking kill you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He did 13.
When you're old, like it kills me now. But when you're old, fuck that.
He did 13 for Showtime alone, comedy specials, but he did more than that. And then but he was still traveling when I came up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he was old, but he was old.
What age did he die at?
He was 82, I think.
Crushed life.
Yeah, that's a good age.
Good.
Crushed life. I don't care.
Sorry,
if
76.
No,
not as
no,
good.
it's still fine. He got to end his life in Palm Springs, which is lovely.
Yeah.
I know he's in a hospice, but I mean that's probably where he lived.
He has 2 kids.
2 kids.
Yeah.
Well done to him, mate. You had a good wicket and you made a lot of people laugh. And there's not much more honourable thing in the world than to make the world laugh, man.
But it was this is a famous routine. In 1990, he performed a show in Cerritos, California, which he used stereotypes that were considered offensive towards Mexicans. But he was. It's very funny because if you read the transcript of it, he was just saying things in Spanish, but he wasn't saying it right. He tried to learn Spanish like in a couple of weeks, and he was just saying stuff that didn't make sense. And then at some point he goes, fuck it, get me a beer. He goes, anyways, just started smashing shit with food. But when I was a kid, man, my friend texted me today. He goes, look at Doug. Shit. When I was a kid, we used to watch his specials all the time. And you were just like, start hitting the watermelons. Come on. Man, he was he was a huge comic at the time. But yeah, he said, comedy special. It looks like there's about...
Yeah, but you don't have to be huge right till the very end. He had his moment in the sun. We should all be so lucky. I think that's, it's...
Yeah,
it's wonderful that he could still do it at the end, and and my heart goes out to his family and all that type of stuff. Sad when anyone dies, but what a wonderful life, really.
Yeah.
Even what you're saying, he did some crazy shit. He fucking smashed some watermelons.
Yeah,
still beats working in a fucking office, man.
And then one of the things I read was like a review of his show from I don't know, 5 years ago from Miami or something like that, and they were saying it was homophobic and racist. I was like, yeah. I get it. It was like his jokes were, I was like, yeah,
Was it funny though?
This person wasn't saying it was. It was saying
the Asian gay guy hated it.
This is what they're saying. He goes.
I bet you his timing was better.
He goes. I'm finding. I just pulled up the article.
Yeah, but you still got to chat in that space.
Well, you can talk about
You were talking, and then yep.
Well, you guys could talk.
No, this is better.
I just pulled it up. A fart and Jesus jokes he did.
I'll give you my vasectomy wank count. 1. I've had 1 since the vasectomy, and I think I had it too early. I'm gonna wait for me next one a few more days.
Yeah, you gotta heal up a little bit.
He brought a scantily clad girl on stage and made her eat what he said was dog food out of a dog food bowl, and said she was asking for it because of her tattoos and coochie cutters.
Jesus Christ!
He took a taste first. Turns out it wasn't dog food. Sure.
Wait, what's a coochie cutter?
Like tight
Shorts,
pants.
maybe.
So how's this gone from the jokes were homophobic and racist to found it? Made some woman eat dog.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah.
I mean, that's so racist.
Do you want me to read you the article from the LA Times one? It's pretty funny.
I don't want a whole article. Just give me the highlights.
Okay, here you go.
Because
it just says man. It just says it makes me. It goes. First 9 rows of audience are in white plastic chairs. People in white plastic chairs equipped with clear plastic bag to wear over clothes because later mayonnaise and refried beans will spew over them. Signs warn: Cuidado, piso rebalazo, wet floor. Man shoots water on audience from giant penguin after salsa dancers leave stage. Man introduces chupacabras. Chupacabras is goat-sucking monster seen in Puerto Rico 3 years ago. Man in ape suit pretends to be goat-sucking monster. Man forces child on the stage with monster. Man asks, ¿Quién tiene más pelo de chupacabra? Translation, who has more hair of chupacabras? Child makes disgusted face, jumps off stage. Nobody laughs. Man frustrated tries to say espectacular, which means show, but says spectacular, which means butt gazer. Man wears giant parachute and dances. Man spray paints a lie on the back wall. Yo no soy gringo, which means I'm not, Man tells joke about bear and rabbit pooping. Sounds funny too.
No, it's a bear shits in the forest and he picks up the rabbit and wipes his ass with him.
Man begins dumping buckets of food onto plates. Man stops trying to speak Spanish. Man gives up and speaks English. Man says, "We're expecting a big crowd tonight, and we're going to do a show for a big crowd anyways." Because the big crowd of small drinking man is booed again. Man yells, "It's the 4th of July weekend. You don't got no place to go, so just shut up." Man hits Pop-Tarts with tennis racket. Man says, "Un muchacho quiero comer," which means I want to eat a boy, and the boy looks scared. Many people who paid $21.50 to $26.50 for ticket walk out as man flashes white underpants and yells "culo, culo, culo" and cerveza.
Get the fuck out of here. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I paid 20. If that wasn't $20 worth of entertainment.
I wish I was there. Man throws egg and marshmallows at old woman and baby as they because this is what you would go to a Gallagher thing, but these people don't know Gallagher, you know? And then he goes, "One courageous woman is courageous enough to hurl a chunk of watermelon at man's head." Man smashed his food with 16-pound mallet. Man says inexplicably, "Todo el mouthwash, el hits me en el crotcho."
What makes me think about Gallagher is when was the first time he smashed a watermelon and how unhappy was that club? Because there had to be just like...
I think he told him because he gives out ponchos.
Yeah, but the first time?
You don't think he
He
gave him the
might not have
Viscount?
known the trajectory.
No, I
of
think
the
he
explosion.
just did it once and it was like some joke and I'm gonna and then his head went like this. Right. He said some joke about something exploding and then the crowd went crazy and there was hysteria and he went, "I could just do 15 watermelons."
Yeah.
There's a tweet here that says, "All right, rest in peace, Gallagher. I'll never forget when Satellite High made a fake account for you on here saying a bunch of racist, dumb stuff, and you flipped out and said, 'That's so stupid. That wasn't me. I'll prove it.' And then you said a bunch of dumb racist stuff."
It says the Sledge-O-Matic and then the Veg-O-Matic, but it just says in the 60s and 70s, and he dubbed the front row of his show Death Row for their proximity to watermelon spray. Yeah.
Well, that's Gallagher.
Yeah.
Jack, what do you got for us? What's your piece today?
Okay, so
There was some audience injuries.
Speaking of racism.
Sorry.
Yep. Speaking of racism, I found 3 quizzes online that determine if you're racist or not.
Hold on a second. You don't want to hear about an audience injury that happened?
No, I've heard enough.
Someone
of
was
that
hit in the head by a plush penguin that had a fire extinguisher inside of it.
But these things are going to happen. That's the cost of doing business.
In case of fire, rip over penguin.
Any of your comedy shows, is anyone in danger of a penguin hitting him?
I've seen some weird stuff in comedy. Before camera phones, that happened all the time.
Okay.
All right.
We got a lot of laughs. That's for sure. That would destroy. You wouldn't be able to follow Gallagher.
No, because the paramedics are bringing someone back to life.
Did they live?
They lived, but she sued him. She sued him for $13,000 in medical bills.
13,000. That's it.
At $20,000 in lost wages and $100,000.
That would be an
punitive.
embarrassing story to tell, though. Being the woman.
Penguin hits me in the head. Had a fire extinguisher.
All right,
It's funny. I'm laughing now. It's so funny.
What's the quiz, Jack?
Gallagher is funny, man.
So there are 3 different racist quizzes. I figured each of you would take one. There's an easy one.
Why?
They're fun. I was determined.
Jack's trying to get his cancer.
I was determined.
Jesus. On the heels of
Well, because
Gallagher.
the quizzes are so poorly put together, and they're really attempting to prove you're racist, and they're so leading. So who wants to do the easy quiz, the hard quiz, and then the weird quiz with really leading questions and answers?
What's the one that's the most cancelable? I'll do that one.
That's probably the hard one.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Give Jim the easy one.
We'll start with Jim on the easy
All
one.
right. Okay.
Racist says, "How racist am I?" Here we go. Start.
Okay.
10 questions. It's 10 questions. Do you consider yourself a racist?
No.
I like that. It's yes, no, maybe.
Do you have a first impression of a person by their color or race? Yes, sometimes, or no?
See, that's a very leading question.
They're all leading. They're all leading.
Because this is the whole thing. When I meet an Italian bloke, I think there are stereotypes that I do think he's going to use his hands a bit to talk, right? I can't just go. I have no opinion on how this person's going to act.
You think Italians are race?
I have opinions. No, but like I have opinion on when I meet Americans or what. I know it's not always a race, but there's culturally different things that go on.
You see somebody with a bunch of tattoos, there's
If
different
I'm
things
walking through the Amazon and there's a bloke with a plate in his lip, right? I have a few opinions on what he might be like. I probably shouldn't talk to him too much about the new Call of Duty game. He probably hasn't played it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I'm getting in trouble now for doing nothing wrong. But carry on.
Look, just answer on it because I answered honestly and determined I wasn't racist. So, is there a particular race you don't like?
This is the easy one?
This is easy.
Oh, Jesus. I shouldn't have done the hard
No. I will say this. I don't like any of the races. They've all got their flaws. It's like every time someone disappoints me, I'm like this. That's bloody those people. Or fucking white people who are 45 with brown hair. Typical them.
Yep.
So no, I don't. No, not one in particular.
Okay,
No.
great. So no, we'll
Not
say
one
no.
in particular.
That's fair. Do you make racial remarks / comments? Yes, sometimes jokingly or rarely, or no?
I make remarks about race. I think you have to make. We can't ignore that. There's.
Yes, sometimes jokingly, rarely, or no?
I think rarely.
You don't joke about them?
Jesus Christ.
On
what's
stage,
wrong
I never really do anything about race. Oh no, I did the accents and all that type of stuff
Joking,
for the food,
joking.
joking. Yeah, you got me.
Do you have friends who belong to a different race?
I do indeed.
Well, there are a few
Yeah,
that are more
yeah.
like my
I'm married to one. I gotta.
The answers are yes, no. Well, there are a few. They are more like my peers.
I wouldn't call them
Yeah,
friends.
that one
I
is.
have to employ a few.
I work with a couple. No, I'm married to a different.
What is your opinion on interracial relationships? That's cool. It is normal. It is different. It is
as
weird. It is wrong.
someone who was in an interracial relationship, it is wrong. No,
It's weird.
no, it's normal. It is normal. It's a normal thing. I don't see. It doesn't. In fact,
You should say that's cool.
You go
Yeah.
home. You come home today to taste it. Cool. This is cool.
Where's the? It's weird, but I like it.
Exactly. Because you're like, it's not normal. Most people don't do it, but there's nothing wrong with it. What is your first reaction when seeing a Caucasian woman with an African American child? Aw, he/she is so cute. Good for them. That child is probably adopted.
These
He
are all
is so
loaded.
trashy.
These
He is
are
so
all-
trashy.
these are-
Who would say that
Wait,
about a baby?
Okay.
None of these answers are
First
good.
of all,
No, they're all bad.
first of all, I could think that a few of these answers are correct. I will think, he or she's cute. First thing I would do is look at the baby, and my initial reaction would be, "That's a cute. I love babies.
Yep.
That's a cute baby." That would be my first thought.
Great.
Then if it's a white woman with an a full, not a mixed race, a full African American child, or just a white African American child, like there's other
Or just black
they don't have to
child.
be
Black
American.
child.
Could
Black
be
child.
could be a child from just a black child, right?
Black child, white lady, you see the combo. What's the
but-
first reaction?
Probably that child's adopted because it's fucking.
That's what I would say. That's what I would
that's
say.
not ridiculous, but it's not a problem for me. I'm not offended that the child's adopted.
No. All right.
Yeah,
child is
okay,
adopted.
the child's adopted.
That's fair. That's what I put. Do you deny to involve in other people's festivals or cultural gatherings?
Nah, I love getting me fucking feet wet.
Yeah, I agree. That
I
looks
go,
like fun.
I go right into them. I don't care about cultural appropriation. If I'm in India and they're throwing that paint on each other,
Yeah.
I'll pick up some paint and have a go.
How will you react if you see an act of racism? I don't say anything. I will take action against it. To each their own.
See now, this is a tricky thing. This is a tricky one because I know what answer you want me to say. I will take action against it. But what if it's a fucking uncle of mine who's fucking 85 years old and he says a few things?
Also, what if the guy has a gun or something? What's the situation?
Yeah. And what if, I would like in an ideal world to always take action against it.
Jim will take action.
Okay, I'll take action against it, but not at Thanksgiving dinner.
No, choose your battles.
Yeah, I choose my battles when appropriate.
Did you like this quiz? Yes or
No.
no? You are. Da-la-la-la. You're
You're
not racist. Yay!
You are far away from being a racist.
Far
Good
away,
job, Jim.
far away, far away,
All
far
right,
away.
Forrest.
Should we
Now-
do
now-
weird next and then hard last?
Now,
No, we'll do weird
okay.
last.
Can we do that? Can we do that quiz again very quickly, but answer everything what we believe
Oh
to
yeah,
be
yeah,
wrong?
yeah. Let me refresh.
Yeah, now,
Wait, let's play the How Black Are You quiz.
That one's actually really bad. I tried it. It's just not good.
okay.
Stop it. I don't want to take that quiz.
All right. So
Do you consider yourself a racist?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have an impression
Yes.
of
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you
yes.
have your first impression of someone. Yeah, of course you have some. Is there a particular race you don't like?
Yes.
Do you make
What if-
racial
What
remarks
if the
/
result
comments?
gets you sent to
Yes.
like
Yes.
some sort of
Yes.
FBI watch
Yeah,
list or
exactly.
something?
Do you have friends who belong to a different race?
No.
No, well, there are a few. They're more like peers.
What is your opinion on interracial relationships?
Wrong.
It's wrong.
It's
Yeah.
wrong.
I hope somebody doesn't edit this part out.
What is your first reaction when seeing a Caucasian woman in
Trashy.
Africa? Yeah, trashy. Yeah.
I like who would call a baby trashy?
That doesn't even make sense.
He is so trashy.
Do you deny to involve in other people's festivals? Yes.
No. Oh,
you don't.
yes. Sorry, yeah. I misread it.
How will you react if you see an act of racism?
I don't say anything.
To each their own, I think, is more than don't say anything.
Yeah.
I think that's worse.
Do you like this quiz? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Let me clear the air.
Ridiculously
Ridiculously racist.
Damn.
You are on another level of racism. You can't stand people who
Look
look
at the
different
hands.
from you.
Look at the hands. They're grasping each other.
It's their like, white
I mean, a
knuckling,
racist
yeah.
person wouldn't do that.
No, that's they're
No,
fighting.
they're
They're fighting.
They're hurting each other.
All right, we'll do the hard one now. Forrest, you're up.
All right, Forrest.
Okay.
Oh, this one's really tricky. This is like a sliding scale.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Question 1 of 20.
Yeah.
It may sometimes be necessary for Western governments to detain or investigate non-whites for actions that would not arouse suspicion if done by white people.
Well, it may be sometimes necessary for Western governments to detain or investigate non-whites.
Do you strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree?
Or middle. Or middle.
Neutral, yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough one too because this is a terrorism thing, right?
Yeah.
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 Profiling sometimes.
Where do you land, Forrest?
Yeah, something
Like during the IRA at their peak, some Irish bloke with an accent, bloody lurking around.
They're white though. This is non-white people. Western, because this is governments. This is
the question's racist.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
this thing-
the question,
back on the question.
the question's racist because it should be for governments to detain or
leave
something
it-
by
leave-
the color of their skin
Leave it
or
right
actions.
where it is.
Okay.
Leave it right
Great.
where it is. Yeah.
It is okay to ask non-whites if they know a friend, coworker, or classmate of yours who is of the same race as they are.
No, I don't think you should. You ask non-whites if they know a friend.
So
coworker,
here's a
classmate.
scenario.
So if like Luis
Here's
was
a
here and you're
scenario,
like, do you
yeah.
know my friend Carlos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
disagree.
you have a black
Disagree,
friend and
shouldn't
you
do
go,
it.
do you know other black people?
No, you definitely shouldn't do
Full
that.
disagree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim and I
What?
almost did that on a plane. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That we didn't do. Almost did. There was two people sitting across the aisle from each other, and Jim and I were sitting in the windows, and I was like, it looked like they were talking.
They
so
were both
they
black
both like-
people, and they were talking to each other, and
Yeah.
we thought that maybe they were same
Yeah.
age. They were both sort of late 40s,
Yeah.
and we thought, that they're probably husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe they want to sit together,
Yep.
and then me and Forrest can sit together. And we went to ask, and then at the last minute,
No, I said to Jim, you should ask. And Jim goes, I don't think I want to do that. I said, yeah. And then when I sat down, it was apparent really quick. They did not know each other.
yeah. I wasn't 100%. I was pretty sure.
Yeah, but it was
I
good.
wasn't 100% sure. But imagine if we
That
went
would've
up
been
and
so
went,
embarrassing.
Hey, do you want to sit with each other?
You two would obviously enjoy sitting with each other.
For solidarity.
Oh, God.
And she was the nicest woman ever. Too. She was I was like, oh God, thank God. I think I texted Jim like, that was a good meal. We did.
They still chatted a bit over the aisle, though.
Yeah. Is it offensive to tell non-whites that they speak? Oh, yes.
English,
agree.
yeah, I agree. That's
100%.
Wait.
Is it offensive to
You
tell non-whites they speak English
so well?
Yeah, we have a friend, Jim.
No, okay, if you change that word to foreigners or to...
I know, but I'll give you an example right now. We have a friend that came into a room one time and said, yeah, that person spoke
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah, but that was talking about a person who speaks English.
I know, but that's
I think that's what
but-
this question
but they
is
were
asking.
non-white.
Right, but we're not talking about Balky Bartokamus
I
coming
know,
in
I
here.
know,
Right.
but
I think-
they were non-white. They were non-white. I would say agree.
I would
This
say
is
agree.
this is agree. It
Full
is
agree?
offensive.
So
Yeah,
I
full agree.
can't compliment a
No, but this is
Japanese person who speaks excellent English.
Assume
No,
this
no.
is somebody who lives in America.
Assume it's a black person.
I'm just saying the question's confusing.
Oh, I agree. That's why this is the hard test.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say a full agree.
These are not good questions. It is okay to portray non-whites in Western movies in accordance with racial stereotypes, e.g., Arabs as prone to violence, Asians as non-assertive, etc.
Okay, here I'm going to
Yeah.
throw a curveball in here.
Yeah.
But we can show Russians
Yeah, Russians is universal.
Just so we're clear here, we can show Russians as being devious, warmongering
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, Arabs is prone to violence.
Is it okay to have to perpetuate certain racial stereotypes in movies?
I didn't know Asians are non-assertive. What does that
You
mean?
mean
I don't know. They're
like-
bringing in new
like
racist things I
like
didn't know.
subservient, like
There's some Serbian people in all cultures.
like a geisha girl kind of.
I don't
thing.
think of that when I think of Asian.
you call
Yeah.
them geisha? I call them geishas.
Geisha.
Geisha.
I think it's geisha.
You know what I meant.
What's your answer?
It's a tricky one because
Yeah.
when you're making 24,
Depends on the type of movie.
when you're making
Yeah.
24, you can't have like
Just
an Al Qaeda
slide
type
it
guy.
into the green barely.
One over. Okay.
Oh, you can only do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
You're really starting to agree.
It's half agree or full
Okay,
agree.
that's fine.
Half
I don't
agree? Yeah.
fully. Yeah,
Great. There you go. It is okay to portray non-whites in commercials as acting subserviently towards whites.
Is this quiz just for white people to find out if they're racist?
Oh, yeah, for
Other-
sure.
Yeah.
This quiz is inherently racist.
No one else is taking racism tests except for
You
white
know the
people.
problem with this one though is in commercials, like non-whites in commercials acting subserviently towards whites. The problem is they flipped it in commercials now, where like it'll be like
Careful.
So this looks like it's a full agree.
no. It's okay to portray not. No, I'm gonna say disagree on this.
Yeah, what is this commercial that's coming out now that we're watching? where-
Full or half?
Disagree. You're not supposed to portray non-whites in commercials acting subserviently towards whites.
No, you shouldn't have any. But okay, but let's say you are having a IHOP commercial and the waitress in the scene.
Yeah,
is,
so the
Yeah,
waiter
I-
kind of
the
subservient.
waiter can be black,
Yeah,
and the
so
two
put it in
people
the middle.
the
Put it in the middle.
pancakes. Like
Right here?
I don't.
No. Put it in the
There?
middle of the road. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
But
that's the thing. It's like
it's a different thing from,
Yeah.
from Aunt Jemima.
I think we're
cereal
supposed to
for-
assume in the extremes in this
Yeah.
one and not like
But the gray area is where
Yeah.
the
racism
conversation-
in Western countries. No, disagree.
racism in Western countries is mostly a thing of the
Disagree.
I don't
past.
know. We just had an election. I can tell you
Disagree
it's-
heavily.
Disagree.
Disagree.
Yeah, that's
It is
easy.
okay to assume that people mostly have friends that share their own ethnicity.
I would say
That's-
that this is probably the
That's
middle
a
agree.
Loaded. No, it's assume that.
I think most people have friends that are mostly.
For the,
Yeah.
for the mo- and
I
that-
have friends
that-
that are different ethnicities.
I
but,
have friends of different ethnicity, but you look at us, we're four white people hanging.
Yeah.
Mostly white?
We're in Koreatown the other day. There was all, it's just how.
no. I know. I'm saying
So half
I
agree,
mostly
yeah.
agree. I mean,
Yeah,
but,
mostly agree. Mostly
Okay.
agree.
It is offensive to ask non-whites if they can teach you sports that people of their race have traditionally been good at. For example, if black people can teach you basketball, if Asian people can teach you martial arts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hang
unless
on, hang
they've
on.
shown that they're actually
Yeah,
really good at the
no.
sport.
Hang
you
on,
can't
hang on,
ask them
hang on.
that.
Is this bloke called Coach?
yeah. Hold on a second here.
Are you in a dojo?
If I'm watching him play
Yeah.
basketball and I see that
Yeah.
he's really good, yes, I can
Dude,
ask
Yeah,
him.
I'm assuming
yeah.
you're in a food court. There's just a
Yeah,
black guy
no,
sitting there.
that-
Hey man, can you
it
teach
is
me basketball?
offensive.
I would say
Yeah.
yes.
It is offensive
Yeah.
to walk up to anyone and go, "Can you teach me blah blah
Yeah.
blah?"
Yeah.
Yes.
If it was just a black guy, but if I saw LeBron James.
Right.
And I was like, "Hey, can you help teach me some basketball moves?" I don't think that would be offensive.
So where would you put the agree?
It would
I
be
would-
offensive to
I would-
take his time to
I
teach
would
you basketball.
disagree.
No,
I
it
would
is
dis-
so it's
offensive. It is
agree.
offensive.
Leave it right there.
Oh, it's half.
Wow.
Yeah, because these
Yeah,
questions are
yeah,
silly.
Yeah, leave it right there.
I don't really think minorities in the West were historically the target of racist actions.
No, disagree.
disagree.
Hard disagree.
Yeah, okay.
That's an easy
These
one.
are actually
White people have.
easy. Some of these.
I don't know. It's been a lot of discussions. White people have a duty to educate themselves on the racist actions of their forebears.
agree.
Hard agree.
Yes, all the way.
Yeah. Not just white people.
I mean,
Everybody.
that's-
Everybody should learn their good and bad
It
histories.
is okay to make jokes about the food that is served in restaurants owned by non-whites. For example,
Okay,
lots of
well.
garlic in restaurants owned by Arabs, dog meat in Asian countries. These are two things I would never make fun of.
Well, but okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: that's garlic. First of all,
But have you heard what people say in the Outback Steakhouse?
But also, you can make fun of without saying dog meat. You could be like in an Asian restaurant and still be like, I'm not going to eat whatever this.
Yeah, like what the hell is egg foo young?
Yeah. Like you could
People
be like,
eat sea anemone?
yeah, you could be like, I'm
Yeah.
not eating this. Just the same way I wouldn't eat like fucking olive loaf, which is like a
Oh,
fucking
God,
yeah.
no.
I'll make fun of that.
Head cheese?
I make fun of shit in American diners, like on
Yeah.
menus. You know what I'm saying? So
Leave it in the middle.
in the middle, yeah.
Okay. Western history books should take care to stress the contributions of non-whites to Western civilization.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. It is okay to assume that the kitchens and restaurants owned by non-whites are generally dirtier than the kitchens and
Jesus
restaurants owned by
Christ.
whites.
No, disagree. Disagree.
God.
Well, it's okay to assume this.
I think we're all as disgusting as each other.
Yeah.
I think there's slobs in every.
It is okay to portray. I'm having a hard time saying that word today. Non-whites.
These are easy. This is actually this is for people that are really racist. This is
Yeah.
one that would be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, if we're
Strong
assuming that they're
disagree, yeah.
American, strong disagree.
Strong disagree, yeah. Unless you're Charlie. What was that thing we watched?
Charlie Chan?
Man, that was a
Chan.
good fucking movie. It is okay to assume non-whites live up to their racial stereotypes. For example, black people are good at sports, Asians are good at math.
They are. though.
Yeah, but the positive stereotypes is that.
Yeah, that is a good question. Like positive stereotypes, it's like
it's a difficult one, that one, because
I'm gonna go on the racist way in this.
You're gonna go full agree?
No, middle.
Middle? Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with
It is offensive to suggest to non-whites that they look like celebrities who share their ethnicity. Let Asian people look like Bruce Lee, black people look like Will Smith.
Well, what if they look like
What if
him?
they look like him? Yeah, exactly.
What if they look like
So I
him?
think I voted this because it's
Yeah.
like if they look like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's why I put that because it's tough. You got to be careful. You got to make sure they look like them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But the only problem with that, even if they don't look like them, is sometimes people will say to me that I look like someone and I don't look like them, and you're like,
Yeah.
whatever, I don't look like them.
I don't look
You're
like
just
them.
wrong.
It is legitimate for Western countries to impose stricter immigration restrictions on people from non-white countries than they do for immigrants from white countries.
No, I disagree.
No, disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree.
It is okay to portray minorities in commercials as being bad at English.
disagree.
Disagree.
What if it's for English classes?
That's what I was going to say. What if it's like Duolingo?
Yeah. Okay, wait a second.
No, you can leave it at
no,
disagree.
You
It's
can
fine.
just leave it at lightly disagree.
Yeah, put it there.
You want to hear?
I just want to see what happens.
Okay. It is offensive to ask non-whites where they are really from.
I don't think it is.
This is a difficult one. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, the
this-
wording of that question, where are you really from?
Yeah,
where are you
so
really from is
suspicious.
wrong.
The word really is a
I
problem.
think it's like
Yeah.
if you ask an Asian person, "Hey, where are you from?" I go, "I'm from Detroit." Yeah, but where are you really from?
Yeah,
that question.
I disagree for
to
this.
say where you're
No,
really
agree.
from. You can ask.
Oh, yeah.
you
sorry.
can ask people. You can ask. Okay, this is what I've learned about Americans, and it's taken me 15 years. But you're all obsessed with your heritage, where you're from. I'm half German, a quarter this, a fifth this, and all this. You all go on about where you're from. And so I don't, it's like my wife, she isn't from India. Her father's from Guyana.
Yeah.
Right? But she's Indian descent. He would have gone over the thing. So that's like, but the word really is
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
I
and,
agree.
and,
It really wasn't in
intention matters, like, because I think it's really cool to learn about people's ethnicities and like what they're.
And what was the sentence that preceded it? Someone said, "I'm from Narnia." Where are you really from?
All right, I disagree. This question's fine.
Yeah, I'm from your
I'm
mom.
from Flavortown.
Yeah, ask your mom. Yeah.
Last question. It is offensive to suggest that all people of the same non-white
Agree.
ethnicity look alike.
Hard agree.
All black people look alike and all Asians look alike.
No,
Yeah.
I disagree.
You disagree? You don't think it's offensive?
Oh, I think it is offensive. I
think it is
agree.
Hard
Yeah, I
agree.
agree.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
hard agree,
reading
yeah.
it the wrong way.
Here we go. Let's see how we did. General racism, 29%. So socio-historical, I don't quite know what that means. This makes you
22% total racism.
What? This is like broken down percentage-wise.
Yeah, 7.19% less prone to general racism than the average person. That's pretty good.
Okay.
10.73% less prone to socio-historical racism than the average person. Great.
Yeah.
24% less prone to perpetual foreigner racism than the average person.
We crushed that category.
14% less chance prone to racism than the average person overall.
Okay.
You're crushing it.
Yeah,
14%
you're pretty good,
less
man.
Racist.
Yeah, you're 22% racist.
That's pretty good.
No, I'm 14% less. Oh, 22% racist.
That's pretty good. And look, the averages like look like 30 or something.
You're better than the average population.
Good work.
Good on you, Forrest.
All right, Kelly.
All right.
The last one.
I'm an
It's
ally.
too weird.
This is Jack trying to get us in trouble.
No, I took these quizzes
100% bias-free quiz to reveal your personality.
bias free for sure. Kelly, I want you to read the question and all the answers.
Okay. Is avoiding people from other races a safety measure to you? Yes, you need to be careful. Sometimes, yeah. No, that doesn't make any sense. It's others who avoid me, not me. No,
but if you see someone who looks shady, it doesn't come down to their race.
right, but that's basically what it's saying. It's like, yeah,
But they're saying
it's
race
not,
is
it's
a
not
safety
the
measure.
race is not the safety measure. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Yeah, the race isn't the reason. It's the vibe.
Are they a man? Do you agree that your nationality can be changed?
Yeah.
No way.
No
I don't
way,
think
I don't
so.
think so. Of course, mine has changed. So,
Yeah, mine has changed. Well, I've got both, but mine has changed. I'm all for it. What they're asking
if
here
you
is
move to another
is
country and you can assimilate?
Can people immigrate over here and become American?
Oh, okay, yeah, of course.
Yep.
Which one determines a person's nationality? Blood, family background, legal papers, or feelings?
Family background.
Yeah. Out of those, I would say family background.
I think I put legal papers.
I put feelings.
Do you think that people of particular ethnicities... you know what, Kelly, you read it. I can't read it.
Do you think that people of particular ethnicities or races are predictably similar? Yes, your race deeply affects your behaviors. Most of the time, yes. I don't think so. And people judge me because of my ethnicity anyway. That one. Predictably similar? No, I don't think so.
Well, your culture, the culture
Yeah,
you grew up in.
There's
Yeah.
culture, but like...
People judge you because of your ethnicity. This is how people see you.
Yeah, they do.
That's up to
Fucking
you.
white
This
women.
is your weird quiz.
Yeah, it's the weird one.
Have you ever reminded a person of where they are from to prove a point?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, of
yes,
course.
but I had to.
Yeah.
No, but I was about to. Why would I do that?
But
People do that to me all the time.
I've done
Number
it a
4
lot.
is such a butthurt
I've done it
answer
a lot,
every
but
time.
it's always people from Canada. It's like, you're from
I don't
Canada.
think I've ever
And it's
been
always like, 'cause-
presented with...
But I'm always saying it's because they're nice. I'm like, you're nice. You're from
But
Canada.
this sounds like something that Jim would get a lot, where it's like if he was talking about gun laws, it's like, you're from fucking
Yeah,
Australia.
yeah. People do that. To
I
me
have not
all
had
the-
to do that.
People
so
do
why
that
would
to
I do
me
that?
all the time.
It's so stupid.
Do you think it was the Chinese fault that the world had to go through the COVID-19 pandemic?
This one's
Sure, they ruined the world. I think so. Parentheses, not really sure. Hell no. People think it was my people's fault. I'm gonna go and people think it was my people's fault. It was Donald Trump.
I think it got out of a laboratory in Wuhan, but fuck, I don't think it was done on purpose.
I don't think it was the Chinese people's fault. It's like just because it originated somewhere.
So which one do you want to put, Kelly?
I think people think it was my people's fault.
Great.
We didn't handle it well, that's for sure.
No.
Some studies suggest that the number of imprisoned black males is higher than white males. Why is that? They commit more crimes. Simple. Black males like being a gangster. It's because the justice system is corrupted. It's because the police corruption and brutality. I mean, it's both of the bottom ones.
Yeah,
There's
but you have to pick
so
one.
many more answers to
yeah,
this
there are.
question. But,
It's not black
I
males
would
like being
say
a gangster?
justice system.
Justice system. I think that's what I put.
What do you think about immigrants in general? They are troublemakers. Some of them are dangerous. They are part of our community. I'm an immigrant myself. JJ. They are part of our community.
Yeah.
Our country is built on the backs of
All we
immigrants.
are
I
immigrants.
don't know. I don't like them.
Troublemakers, all of them.
Yeah. Half of these ones, I like at the end, I can go, I am one. I am like
Yeah.
I've got a lot of these fourth question ones
Yeah.
being an
That's
immigrant.
fascinating, yeah.
And they're going to come back to me and they go, well, you're a cool black guy. And I'll be like, this quiz is
Not
inherently
racist
racist.
still.
Yeah,
Do you think it's
you're
okay to
from
mock
Nigeria.
a foreigner's accent for fun? I am
mean-
not good at doing voices. Sure, why not? It's funny. Only if they are your friends.
People mock my accent all the time. Sure, why not? It's funny. Only if they're your friends.
I mean,
they're all correct. Of course not is out the thing.
Since I moved to LA, I have done an Armenian accent 5 million times.
I love
my
your
friend, my
accent.
friend. Why are you
no
coming-
pet friendly, no
No.
pet friendly.
and you can
Sorry.
do the Russian one all day.
You know what is interesting is when you're
I do them on. I in my new special. I do a Swedish one, and it sounds nothing like. I'm doing the chef from fucking the Muppets, man.
You heard her.
Yeah. How did the fucking Muppet chef get away with it for so long?
It is funny though when you're telling stories that involves somebody who has a heavy accent, the story doesn't even translate the same way when you're not hearing the person's accent.
Yeah.
Like when if you just speak it the
No,
way you speak
as a comedian, you got to do the accents. You got to do the accents.
So
Yeah.
sure,
it.
why
Right,
not?
sure,
It's
why
funny.
not? It's funny.
I think that's my maybe.
if-
I think I put that.
I think there are definitely people who are very harmful with it,
Yeah, I
but I
agree.
think if it's in a lighthearted way, sure, why not?
It's such a loaded question.
Yeah, it is very
people
loaded.
mock my accent all the time.
Yeah, people. I actually.
And I have no problem. I find it quite funny.
I specifically tried to lose my Midwestern accent when I moved out here because I got so sick
Really?
of people telling me to repeat things.
I'll
I'll
I'll tell you who you can tease their accent all day and they love it. The Canadians. They have no issue. Yeah. Oh, that was really good, man. I really enjoyed it.
Sure, why not? It's funny.
Yes.
Yes, get in there, Kelly Bear.
Cancel.
I'm transforming as we speak. Why do you think the whites hold 85% of
Stop
America's
putting
wealth?
the whites. Just put. Why do you think white people hold 85%
Yeah.
The whites.
of the American? Saying the whites.
I mean, if you say the blacks, you're like,
You
oh
can't put-
God.
And right
you
underneath-
can't
right-
put the in front.
And right under there is an ad for the Diamond Exchange, and it's the number one jewelry store.
Yeah, and look at this woman. She probably works in an office as an assistant earning fuck all, and she's bloody being dragged across the coals.
Okay, what are the options?
because they're manipulating non-whites like me. They attend to better school. Who wrote this? They work harder, and because the system is corrupted.
They're clearly an immigrant,
They
Kelly.
all-
who
I
wrote
mean,
this quiz.
it could be a combination. Like whites have access to better school systems a lot of times, so that could be an answer. But yeah, the system is not set up well.
Yeah, but
for
there's
other
also
people.
generational
Yeah,
wealth
yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. There's a lot
But that's
of.
part of the system. It's like systemic racism. Why are that black women make less money than white women, even though their resume is similar?
Why are that, Kelly?
Why? They don't work hard enough. They're unprofessional.
These are
Because-
the answers, by the way. This isn't just Kelly.
These are the answers
venting.
we wish were there.
Because the system favors white women, and because people hold attitudes against black women like me. Oh, so I am a black woman.
yeah.
taking this quiz.
You haven't been saying those are the answers. You've
No.
just been launching into it like a man.
normally the fourth answer I've been able to relate to, but
Yeah.
now I
Now
know
you're a
what
black woman.
I know what they think the fourth person is, and it's not
figured out
me.
the
I'm there
identity.
going, they make fun of my accent. I'm an immigrant. My food smells a bit different. Like this. And then at the end, I'm like, fuck it, because they're against black women like me.
Because the system favors white women would be the
Karens.
Karen. Some doctors suggest that black people are more pain tolerant by nature. What do you think about that? That is heavily
do you
stemmed
think about-
in racism. Well, I agree with science. I think
your
that
answer?
makes sense.
That's your answer?
No,
Oh, okay.
that is BS. Everyone thinks I'm tough because of my appearance.
I'm the fourth one again.
Actually,
I think you're a
and
black
that
woman.
is an answer for me. But yeah, that is racism. That's BS for
Yeah.
sure. White men built America. Do you agree?
Especially that guy with the
Well,
marker.
parts of it.
Parts of it, sure. Great white men. That's what appears to be true. That's just a lie. No, that exclude my people from America's history. Okay, let's go with no, that exclude my
none
people.
of these answers are.
It's excluding my people.
That's a very.
And this was called the weird one?
I considered it the weird one because the answers are fucking fucked up.
They are fucking weird. It is challenging to be a white person in America because everyone thinks you are racist. Agree or disagree? It's
She's not
hard.
bad. She's
I'm-
not bad.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
This,
Yeah, she's
imagine if Tommy was
struggling.
answering this question.
Oh, we need to get Tommy. We'll quiz
Yeah,
him on
we'll
the
do
next
this.
unsolicited.
Tommy would say, exactly. It's becoming unbearably difficult. Sometimes, yeah, no, being white is a privilege, and no, the white has no idea what difficult is.
None of these answers are correct.
The white.
None of them are correct.
You don't think being white is a privilege?
I don't know if it answers the question.
It doesn't
It
answer.
doesn't answer the
It doesn't
question.
answer the question.
Yeah.
That answers all questions.
Yeah.
Every time you get asked something different, being white's a privilege.
Sometimes people think that all white people are racist. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes that is annoying that you're, and then you get.
Just click on the ad for the diamonds.
I would say sometimes. I think I put sometimes.
And also to say, no, the white has no idea what difficult is.
The white.
Yeah, that's what they said. No,
We
the white.
we are not supposed to be taking this quiz.
You tell that to the good people of Ukraine right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's a racist statement as well that white people don't know what
Why
difficult
are they
is.
assuming a black woman's taking this "Am I racist?" quiz? That's what I want to know.
Dude, it doesn't make sense.
Am I racist? I don't know.
Okay, I don't.
Pick one, you're
Okay,
racist.
Come
Okay,
on,
we'll say
Kev.
sometimes, yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Sometimes it's fair. Sometimes it's fair.
What do you think about white activists who are against systemic racism in the U.S.? All they want is attention. I don't like them. I like them. It's good to have them in the community. Both of the bottom ones.
Yeah, pick one.
It's good to have them in the community.
Are you a white lady or a black lady?
No,
I'm
no
a
one
black
knows.
lady.
No one
All right.
knows. She just likes the community,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, Wakanda forever.
The internet doesn't judge.
Racism is a term coined by politicians to make money off of it. Do you agree? What?
What?
Yes, racism doesn't exist. Kind of. Racism is real, and I've been dealing with racism my whole life. Racism
but
is
from the
real.
wrong side.
36-year career. It's dark outside and you are all alone and a black man is slowly approaching you. How do you feel? He's a man. I'm
Hey,
terrified.
No, Kelly's just happy to get a bit of attention.
Hey, good looking.
Yeah, Jack and I were talking about this last night. If anybody is approaching me slowly late at night, then I'm
not gonna
definitely
feel-
alerted.
Do you
Yeah,
feel
okay.
threatened, alerted, nothing
Kelly-
special or
if it's
safe?
a
Kelly at
black
night
guy-
like someone running at her.
Black guys are usually really, really nice to me, so I'm not more threatened than any other race. Alerted.
These quizzes are racist. I'm sorry. I know
No,
I
they
sound
are,
like-
No,
you're
they're all-
correct.
They're all
You're correct.
racist.
What do you think about police brutality in America? It's
Dope.
terrible. There's no
Awesome.
such thing in America. The media exaggerates it. It's a sign of our corrupted system. I've been its victim. Jesus Christ.
Kelly, you kind of have been.
I actually have, yeah. I've had a gun pulled
Click
on
it.
me. Yeah.
Click it.
I have been its victim.
Fuck it, you're a
Click
victim.
it. Get some diamonds.
You were left on the side of a highway.
Yeah, I was.
You're a fucking victim.
Yep. Gun pulled on me and left on the side of the freeway. Is having a few black and indigenous politicians a sign of systemic racism?
What?
Oh, is having few black.
alright.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. Probably yes. It's a sign of systemic favoritism. Yes, it's a sign of systemic favoritism.
That was a new term for me. I never heard of favorite that.
Final question: which group do you think is more racist than others? Black people, Asian Americans, white people, all of them. I mean,
All
all
of
of them. Yeah, there is
All
racism.
of them,
within
racism comes.
Wait.
But, I mean-
Go back up there. Out of those three, what do you guys think?
White people.
Asians.
I would say.
I would say.
I would
Asians,
say.
no doubt.
they're all,
No.
every race has their racism.
Now,
I
out of
tell
those
ya.
three up there, what would you say?
I'm not fucking all of them.
Okay, all right.
I'm not. It's racism's
opinion.
all
I have an
over the
opinion.
I've been
shop.
called so many different slurs when I was living in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I'm going Asian.
I have an opinion, but I'm not
Well,
saying
you
it.
called a lot of slurs in
Oh,
Asia,
dude, I heard so many people whispering, "Guaylo, guaylo,
which
gaijin."
means tall and handsome.
Okay, white people.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to
Yeah,
fuck
all
that
of them.
guy. What's going on here?
You do not seem to be a racist. Congratulations, despite some controversial beliefs, you still seem to be an anti-racist.
Congratulations on being a black woman.
Which is an excellent thing to know about yourself. Your responses indicate that you believe in equality regardless of race and ethnicity, and you are ready to do your part to keep the community free of any discrimination against minorities.
I'm glad the photos of a white guy, which is a bunch of black children on a beach.
Yeah, like this is the guy who's like, I went to Africa so I could post it on my social media. Like those fucking people.
I know people who bloody
Yeah.
do that. Fuck,
You're like,
you know.
you're racist.
They're jumping around with the Bushmen in
Yeah.
Africa, and they think they're bloody, and then they go back to the hotel.
Look
Fuck
at
it.
me, I'm so evolved. Yeah, fuck you.
Well,
Yeah,
Jack,
good
that
times.
might get us cancelled.
We found out
we
we're
were not
racist.
racist in all the tests.
I know, but discussing it, you can't even talk about it. Shut up.
Well, we're behind a paywall, and most of our listeners are from Australia.
And they're racist.
We're okay.
Good times. Good
All right,
times.
that was a fun podcast. We all learnt nothing. Good night, Australia.